All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a live for you guys and gals. I'm going to sip of my water first. My radio voice going, and let's talk about this. Let me link the Facebook page. If you guys will follow me there also, if you don't already. All right, so topic I'm going to cover, and then I'll get into anyone's question for the night. I probably will not run this one the full hour. It is Friday afternoon. So on to the topic of box squats. So why am I adding box squats back in? Mainly because I used to be known for these, right? I used to say all the time, Team Blaha live on box squats and good mornings, right? And this is how we built big squats, big deadlifts, all those things. Even though I'm mostly bodybuilding with my training, I'm pursuing physique. Actually, biceps are my biggest focus in terms of muscles, although we're trying to build everything, trying to add the most size to my arms, my biceps, working on getting leaner, dieting down, doing all these things. I do want my squat and all that stuff to come back up. It's something I've said for a long time, said for years and years and years, and I haven't been doing them. But I didn't quit saying that. Box squats are really one of the keys to athletic performance, power, strength, the ability to build a big squat. Okay, I think that they're a phenomenal exercise, and I think particularly when paired with good mornings, they work great. So it's all you guys notice on my leg day today, because I only have one true leg day because I have hamstrings and glutes as a separate day, right? With arms getting the most work. But I have the one leg day, right? And so I came in and I did a heavy single on the box squat with chains, and then I did speed work after. And then we did all of our machine work, right, for hypertrophy, the 8 to 15 rep range. And I think that's a very, very viable strategy. Yeah, Tommy says, evening. Good evening, Tommy. It's a viable strategy. Tommy, if you could click me a like also, it would be helpful. Get those engagements up. So the whole idea with the box squats, I've done countless videos years ago on why they're good and all these tutorials on them. And even with a lot of my coaching vlogs, years ago, I appreciate it, Tommy. Years ago, I pimped them a lot. Well, coming back around full circle and saying, hey, even though I haven't been using them, I was absolutely correct in the programming them before, utilizing them, doing all that stuff. And they've really helped build all that up for me. Right? They helped build. That's what got me to where I even was able to do that. 600 on the cambered bar later was all those years of box squatting and speed boxes and all that stuff. Then combined with other hypertrophy work for volume. So it's like I said for years, and I actually thought it was funny. That I actually had someone not that long ago chime in, and they're like, well, see, there you are. You used to say Team Blaha thrive. They live on box squats and good mornings. And I haven't been seeing that lately. So you flip flop, but I really didn't. I still think they're great. And here I am doing them. Right? Here I am doing them. Because I've had so much luck in the past doing them. And if anything, my squat is probably, been weaker since I took them out. And that's one of the big things I have to say. My squat is weaker. That's one reason I'm not really fully returning to conjugate. I got stronger on benching when I focused more on bodybuilding and away from conjugate, right? Objectively speaking, my benching got better, even at lighter body weights. Okay. And yet, my squatting and stuff is down. So I look back at it and realize that for me personally, I responded extremely, extremely well to that stuff. And we all saw it firsthand. So I want to keep doing it again because it's never going to be a bad thing for my lower body. It's not like my legs and stuff lag. So again, just worth doing, but I'm not going to do conjugate stuff for my upper body again. I'm going to bodybuild it. All right? I'm going to bodybuild it. All right, so Tommy says a 70-pound incline dumbbell presses for 10 bad. No, it's really good. I just tried the exercise for the first time. I put it into a strength level. It says it's a novice strength level. No, did you put in 70 pounds total, or did you put 70 per hand? I'm assuming you're using 70-pound dumbbells. I only do like 75s for sets of 12, and I can do rep work with 315 on the bench. Am I a novice? See where we're going with that? No, I think that's perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable. All right? Got a few veins popping out today, though. Got a few veins popping out today. So that was perfectly fine, Tommy. All right. See if anyone else has any questions here. Okay. We're only 5 minutes in. There's enough people watching though now. Should definitely be getting some questions going. But yeah, that covers kind of what's up with the box squats I'm doing again. So I'm doing good mornings and box squats again. But at least for the lower body stuff. But it's not conjugate. I've had a couple people say, are you returning to conjugate? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing conjugate. If it was conjugate, you'd be seeing me rotate max effort bench exercises and stuff. What tricep exercises have the best bench carryover? They don't. I mean, triceps will help with a tricep weakness, but as far as a specific one being better than others, the one that builds your triceps personally the most would probably be the best one. I get we could make the argument for putting focus on the lateral head and stuff. But if we did that, then extensions wouldn't even be what we'd be looking at. We'd be going, oh, it's just close grip bench. So okay, so there you go. I have your answer. What tricep exercise probably has the best bench press carryover? I guess a close grip bench press, most likely. But it's still a bench press, isn't it? That's one reason it does. But no, in general, just build your triceps, man. Standing around worrying about which tricep exercise like that is going to give you the most bench, not a good use of time because, quite frankly, it's only going to help a little bit in general. So just build your triceps, right? Build your triceps. But I wouldn't think in those terms because even the most elite powerlifters who build big triceps for benching, they don't do just one. They don't do just one tricep exercise. Is it normal for my tricep strength to fluctuate, specifically cable overhead extension, to do the same weight sometimes? No, that's not even a thing. Tommy, I would almost argue, based on what you asked me, that you can't even be using the same machine. You're probably using a different cable stack, which will be inconsistent, right? It'll be inconsistent. But because if it was something to where you knew you were getting the same tension on the same exercise, that just doesn't happen. Did you ever train muscle ups? I've never even tried to do a muscle up. I have no reason to do a muscle up. Jason, do you worry that doing heavy strapped up shrugs a day before leg day could impede performance? No. In fact, my box squats got stronger this week after having done those yesterday. So there's your answer. Right, there's your answer. Why am I yawning? I've been yawning today. Getting plenty of sleep. Somewhat, kind of, not really. No, I've been sleeping in later to make up. They've been out a hair later than I intended a couple nights with some friends and things. And yes, I'm sober still, before people ask. I do not partake and I don't buy people's drinks. It's actually one of my rules I have in my life. People know that I do not buy anyone a drink ever. What are the three most important exercises for martial arts? I don't know. Ryan, I have no idea how to answer that. But at least I'll be honest with you. How do you like it when someone who puts out information just tells you flat out, I don't know, I don't have an answer? What happened to your TV? That one, I moved it to my bedroom. I didn't want so much office clutter. I feel like my office space is getting too cluttered with some stuff, so I moved some stuff. Because I want this to be just my work area. So I'm in here purely to do work, right? Or to paint or to do guitar. So this is purely work and art room. Like I don't want this room for any other purpose, right? So this is again my workspace, and so having a TV in here doesn't. I don't know. He's probably a weirdo, but he asked. I mean, the space is clearer now. I showcase my art all the time, dude. What are you talking about? It's all over social media. I even put up me getting my little awards, my little trophies for winning some painting stuff. It's all over. So what do you mean? Tommy, I paint Warhammer models. Oh, well, then how do you expect to see my art? This is a fitness channel. So that being said, it's not going to be showcased here. Go to Facebook. Yeah, no, Tommy, I put up the stuff. I won some painting awards already, some contests for Warhammer stuff. You guys haven't seen any of my art? Hold on, let me grab a couple. This camera is not going to show it very well. The detail, you're not going to be able to see all the detail. Yeah, so you doesn't look even close. But this is my Bella core that I've painted. Oh yeah, this looks like crap on the camera. So that's Bella core. Let me just say, this is my, well, decent. Yeah, I've won awards for them in person. Yeah, you can't see all this because this is all edge highlighted in dry brush. So this is my Eternus. You can kind of see a little bit on the skulls there. That's 5 different colors dry brushed into that skull on the front, and the eyes are red. You can't see any of the edge highlighting here. Sorry, guys. So this is my Eternus. Yeah, I've got some much better. This one. This is my best work. I have 15 hours into this one. So there's better pictures on Facebook. It's not worth it on the side hustle. So I make more money coaching per hour than I make painting, selling those. So like you figure Bellacore, right? Start doing the math. I'm only going to get $500 for this. You kind of see where we're going. If I were to put this on eBay, I'd probably get $500. So, and the same like Eternus, I mean, so that's the problem. The money per hour is not worth it. So these are just for my personal. So you figure this, right? If I put this up, I'd get what, maybe $400 for this? I have 15 hours. Like, dude, that's not worth it. Dude, $500 is no, you don't understand like expenses. No. Yes, totally, it's not worth it. So again, so do the math on that. I literally get $50 to $100 an hour in consultation calls. Right. See where I'm going? That I would get less than $50 an hour for the paint. And then I would lose something that I enjoy. So that would be really silly. All right. You still get more open to using straps. Did you ever consider heavy straps for rack pulls? Mike, I should ban your stupid ass for asking. Sorry. Trying to be polite. That was the most. You just like triggered me, dude. You're normally a good poster. All right, I'm gonna keep my cool. I may ban you anyways, just for that though. All right, because nobody who follows me could be that goddamn stupid. I just can't visualize it. Okay, be cool, Jason. Just be calm, be polite. Okay, so anyone doing these heavy strapped up rack pulls should never give workout advice to anyone ever for the rest of their life. How's that? Has your opinion changed on conjugate? No, I don't see that it's changed at all. Yeah, no, or the thoughts on lying bicep curls. Why would you do that? It's put so much stress on the shoulder for no extra real bicep development. Yeah, these heavy straps, like if you're using straps, like, well, I don't understand the point. It's exactly the point. So if you're using straps, that means you're doing them above the knee. But the problem is, no, he can argue that all that he wants, guys. He can argue that all that he wants. But you're not going to get better bicep stimulus. It's just putting stress and stretch on your shoulders. Because we could argue already about, even on an incline bench, some of the problems with active insufficiency. Um, it's just, there's no point. I mean, no, seriously, has anyone ever struggled to build their biceps just doing curls? Right? Uncle, I don't know. I haven't measured them. So, again, this is going to be just Dr. Mike pushing something gimmicky that's never been required, never been necessary to maximize muscle growth. And I get it. People like to see some new exercises, but do we really need new exercises? I mean, specifically something like biceps. We have so many amazing bicep exercises. Do we need to invent new ones? What do you think about Olympic lifts for power development as a former powerlifter? I think speed boxes and speed stuff are superior. Do you like Jared Feather? I don't understand the question. He's a guy with a mohawk that works for Dr. Mike. Let me restate that. Oh, I didn't know he gives. I don't know. I wasn't aware he talks. I thought he was a guy with a mohawk who works for Dr. Mike and like bottles for him or something. So that's the extent of my knowledge of Jared Feather. I didn't know he actually has ever spoken or anything on the camera. I thought he just kind of did stuff in Mike's background. I didn't know he put out information. So hence why I'm like, I don't know. I mean, do I like him? Well, I'm straight. Not my thing, dude. No, I didn't know he actually talks or things like that. I might have to investigate. Are you a J-on press fan? I think J-on presses can be great for bench, as a bench accessory for triceps. Yeah. So that's hence the confusion. To me, my knowledge of Jared Feather is that he's in the background of some of Mike's videos and works for Mike and dude with a mohawk. Really jack dude with a mohawk. That's my entire knowledge of him. Ryan says you're looking very jacked these days. Just honestly, it should impress and inspire some of the old critics. You would think, but people are going to people, and that's okay. Here's the thing: like, I don't have to. Like, there's no need to impress them or do my thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to speak to my audience, and if people who didn't like me don't like me, that's okay. Life will go on. I don't worry about it. As long as they're not still trying to claim silly stuff like I'm fat or weak or small or anything, which would be just objectively false. Should JM press be a variation of bench or skull crusher? I would count it as a tricep exercise, right? Uncle Max. You're going to need to re-ask the question. That's not a complete question. Would you ever get into arm wrestling? Not really. Just not an interest of mine. Here's the thing with the arm wrestling. I just hate the flavor of the week thing. So it's kind of like, all these YouTube fitness people jumped into arm wrestling. So now everyone asks you, hey, when are you going to get into arm wrestling? And so that's, if all of the fitness personalities jumped into competitive ping pong, I'd be getting, hey, Jason, when are you you should do some competitive ping pong. Or if they all got into figure skating, everyone would be like, oh man, Larry Wheels and all these guys, they're all doing figure skating. You should get into figure skating. Like, everyone's just like a tag along. It's just like a whole bandwagon thing. I was about lifting weights. Jeff, I've done tons of videos on that. So many things. For me, it was about therapeutic, changing how I look, being stronger. For me, it was a very therapeutic thing. having to do with my own childhood, my own anger issues and self-worth issues when I was younger. Like it gave me an outlet for all those things. Right? Do you have a size of spiritual or due to old injuries? Yeah, part of my bicep is missing. So my left one, yeah, the doctor took a chunk out. I saw it. I saw it afterwards. I got to see it. So, all right, but that's a long story. So do we call that an injury, or do we say the doctor took that chunk out and I got to see it sitting there later? So it was about the size of my thumb. It's again a long story, Tommy. It's just way too. I don't feel like rehashing it. I've rehashed it 10 years ago. No, it was not medical malpractice. All right. Cliff notes. Then, so let's see if I can cover it in 15 seconds. Bicep rupture from doing deadlifts with a bunch of other reasons why I tore my bicep. Bicep gets reattached. I ended up getting into a dish full of dirty water while it was still healing. I got an infection in my arm. It abscessed, and when they drained it, I had some necrotic tissue in there that they took out. How was that? Bam. How's that for fast cliff notes? So yeah. I watched a video when you're eating it. Quentin, that's the standard size at Costco. I used to live next door to a Costco. It was a 5-minute walk from my front door at that time. Does high intensity cardio have an afterburn effect similar to that? Sure, yeah, a little bit. It's called EPOC. Do all the weight loss walkthroughs? No, because I walk. I don't jog or run. I don't run and I don't jump in it. Therefore, zero impact on my knees. None. That's the beauty of it. Right? That is the beauty of it. All right. So, where are we at on time? It's about 4 o'clock. I got a few things I want to get sorted out. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. So I hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals, and I will talk to you next time.